think he and I together would be a power twins combo to do SEO and help you guys understand how to grow on digital. So we're going to do website audits today.
So welcome everyone. Welcome to be here on time and welcome to the webinar, Let's Fix Your Website. This is a monthly webinar that we host every month with Dennis Yu, the CEO of Bleeze Metrics. And today we'll have another guest speaker who is Danny Barrera. He probably will introduce himself later, but he has a laser focus on construction industry, on digital marketing. So this webinar is hosted by the San Francisco Small Business Development Center and the San Francisco Public Library. San Francisco Small Business Development Center is a national program that offers no-cost one-on-one business advising to small business owners. And then also we provide free webinars like this. We also offer like other webinars, like in a variety of topics you can just check out on our website. And for San Francisco Public Library, if you are a public library user, you know that what the public library can offer. And on top of that, the San Francisco Public Library does offer a lot of online resources that you can tap in, even you don't use the library in person. And then you can also apply a San Francisco library card without living in San Francisco. Actually, if you live in California, unfortunately, Danny, is not for you because you live in Florida. You can actually apply for a library card. And so I'm going to read some disclaimer before we officially start it. The information provided in this webinar and any supplementary materials provided to registrants are intended for educational and informational purpose only and does not constitute professional, financial, or legal advice. No registrant should opt on the basis of any material contained in this webinar without obtaining proper financial, legal, or other professional advice specific to their situation. The San Francisco Small Business Development Center and its host, the City and County of San Francisco, specifically disclaims any liability, loss, or risk, personal or otherwise, which is incurred as a consequence, directly or indirectly, of the use and application of any of the information presented in this webinar. So, a couple housekeeping items. A recording will be sent out after the webinar by Friday. Chat feature is actually for discussion and idea sharing. If you want your website to be audited, please enter the website address into the Q&A session. And then we will audit the websites in the order of its enter into the Q&A box. We can enable attendees to talk when your website is being audited. If you want to talk, please do let me know by raising your hand or either message me in the chat box when it's your turn. Okay, by saying that, we have over 30 participants already. So, oh, Dennis is here.
Hey, a lot of Dennis is here.
Yes, Dennis and Danny are both here. Okay, welcome, welcome. So you got double bonus today by having two like expert marketing speakers in today's session. So don't leave too early. Okay, so let's get started. I'll just let you two handle the stage.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see. I want to introduce my friend Danny Barrera. Can you guys see him there as the panelist? He is our co-host and the founder of Concrete Marketing Crew. This guy understands from the ground up how to build websites, how to drive traffic, how to do SEO. He has an agency with several hundred employees, and he runs a very tight ship. I've had the honor of spending time with him at multiple conferences, and I wanted to invite him here with us because I think he and I together would be a power twins combo to do SEO and help you guys understand how to grow on digital. So we're going to do website audits today. And let's give a shout out to Danny. Danny, thank you so much for being here.
Danny, it's always an honor. You know, it's someone that I've learned so much from, an incredible human being, and I'm excited to be here. I just want to clarify, we have 170 To clients, we have 28 employees as of
28.
today right
Okay, I
now.
get it.
Just want to clarify that, yes. But we do use a ton of resources, which could probably get, into the three-figure, mark as far as how many people we employ. Yeah, altogether. Yes.
Yeah.
Just wanted to clarify that. Yes.
Yeah. And I love folks like Danny and all you guys out there that are employing other people, because as we're growing our businesses, we grow through hiring other folks in our neighborhood, or maybe hiring international folks from Pakistan or the Philippines. That's why we're here.
Right.
Because if we provide the training and show you guys what needs to happen with your site and digital marketing presence, you can then hire people to do those particular things. So it might be on onlinejobs.ph. It could be like on Fiverr. It could be on Upwork. It could be from the local high school or college. Our whole point is teaching from our direct experience. Any sort of recommendation you hear from Danny and me is from our direct experience. It is not just some kind of thing that we heard someone else say that sounded good. This is something that we've done many, many times.
Yes.
And thank you so much, Jessica. And on behalf of the Small Business Development Council, San Francisco Public Library, I think we've done, is it 5 of these? How many have we done? 6 of them?
Probably 12.
12
I
of
feel
them?
like we have been
a
working
lot.
together for almost a year.
Actually, it has been. I think this COVID time has made me lose track of. Yeah, that's true. We're in April already. So it has been about a year, hasn't it? Wow. You guys are so much fun every month, right? We get to hang out and audit the sites. So Jessica, you want to help us monitor the Q&A, and then Danny and I will go through the sites. I'll share my screen, and then Danny
Yeah,
and I
sure.
can talk about this.
So again, reminder, if you log in like before we announce the housekeeping announcements, please, if you want your website to be audited, enter it into the Q&A box, but not the chat box. If you have difficulty in doing it, just message me directly, but don't just put it in the Q&A box. Don't put it just in the chat box. So the first one is from Debbie Cossey, CosseyFamilyCoaching.com, Cossifamily coaching.com. So Debbie, if you want to speak, I can allow you to speak. Usually that works better. Okay, I saw your hands up. Okay.
All right, I'm going to start sharing. Cossey, I have trouble copying. I think I might have to just type it in. CosseyFamilyCoaching.com. Okay, here we go. You guys see this all right?
Yes, I see your screen.
Coaching. Debbie, how are you doing?
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm doing great. Thank you.
So first off, using some of these SEO tools, we don't see that you have a lot of SEO power. So this is either a new site or a site that you haven't really promoted very much.
It's new since about September, and I have got, it's Wix. Wix is what I did it through, and I went through the whole SEO thing. So I guess I need help with that.
What do you mean by you went through the whole SEO thing?
Meaning I went to each page and went to SEO settings and typed in keywords and phrases for each of my pages, and then sent it out.
Okay. So Debbie, I have sad news for you.
Okay.
You don't rank on any keywords on Google in the first 100 search results.
Oh, geez.
But that is totally okay. That is totally normal for a brand new site.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it is okay, I guess, if you're using Wix, but we really like to use WordPress if we can.
WordPress.
Which is free. It powers almost 30% of the internet. So maybe 300 million sites.
So I used Wix to build my website. Can I use WordPress now to promote the website?
Promoting the website is what you're going to do across social media, through relationships, through advertising. But think about like Wix and WordPress and other content management systems as the framework for holding the website. Yeah. Actually, Danny, you should do most of this talking here.
Yes.
I apologize for talking too much.
No worries. You're amazing, Dennis. I mean, everything you talk about is coming from experience. So, I mean, here's the thing, Debbie. I want to hear from you. What's the main objective? Like, why do you decide to create a website? Is this a new business venture? Are you trying to get more clients? Can you just give me a little bit of background here?
Yes, it is a new business. And yes, I'm trying to get clients. Correct.
Okay. Beautiful. So as far as clients, like who's your ideal client?
My ideal client is a parent of a child between the ages of, I'd say, 2 years old through teens.
Okay. And what kind of problems are they experiencing that they need your help with?
Any sort of family issues. It can be huge. It can just be a few things like putting them to bed or getting them to listen. So it can be just, from, yeah, like I said, just a few items to big issues.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And you're doing amazing work there to help out in society. So here's the thing, if we can go to the top of the website, and I'll talk a little bit about more on the messaging side. Dennis has covered a little bit more on the SEO side and how to get you found. But when we're talking about fixing the website, this is what I've learned after spending thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising. Really, we only have a couple of seconds really to make a connection. And if someone comes here out of the blue and stumbles into welcome to Cozy Family Coaching, it doesn't solve any problem for me if I am looking for help, right out of the gate. So what is the one nerve that you want to hit with a parent? Are they struggling to putting their kids to bed? And then the next question is, where do you help them? Are you available for, worldwide support? Are you location based? Right? Is it making sense so far?
So yes. So the first thing I want to grab them as far as their needs.
Yeah. So where it says welcome to Cozy Family Coaching, this is what we call, it tends to be the bolder, bigger type of words. Those are what we call the headings or the H tags. It might be called H1 in Wix, or the headings. It's the big bold text is what you want to have a combination of the problem that you solve and the keywords that you want to get found for in your service area.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yes.
Huge.
Yep. So are you looking for a parenting coach to help you deal with your children problems, etc.?
Okay.
And then, the next step is, I would recommend putting a call to action, which is what we call a call to action is basically what should they do next immediately. The immediate call to action is to book a call. Do you send them to the contact page, or is it for them to fill out a quick form? Does that make sense?
That's at the bottom of that first page. I put a button at the end of each page. Is that not good enough?
No, people will tend to not go past above the fold in a lot of instances. So there's something called the bounce rate. So people just tend to see, oh, is this for me? Am I in the right place? If they are, they just click on that next button and they get taken there into that location. So whatever that call to action it is for you, I try to keep it above the fold, meaning right there as on a mobile device is wherever before the mobile device, the screen ends, before it ends. On the desktop is right before the end of the screen. Anything you want to add there, Dennis?
Oh, right before the end of the screen. Okay, I heard you. Okay. Which I did. It is on that first page, is it not?
Okay. I see it. Maybe my screen is a little bit too big. That's what might be the situation here. But just I would do that observation. Dennis, are you still sharing your screen?
No, I'm not. But I'm sharing because I wanted to feature you. This is what her website looks like on my iPhone here. So it's basically the head, that banner there, and then the stock art, and there's nothing else. So to go any further, I have to scroll. That's what Danny's talking about. So people don't see this. So you have all the stuff here. Now it kind of looks okay on desktop, but I have to get past all this to see. I don't even think there's any buttons, are there? Oh, there is a button all the way down here.
All the way down, right?
Yeah, it's way down at the bottom.
There's a lot of buttons. There were buttons before that.
But it's not clear, Debbie. What to Danny's point, it's not clear. What is it you want people to do?
Okay.
Do you want them to do a 15-minute call? Do you want to look at the small, medium, large packages? You have a lot of things there. So you like Danny said, people come there, you have just split second. They have to see what it is. So don't use stock art. Maybe have a video of you. Hey, this is Debbie of Cozy Family Coaching. And we help we help parents where children are dealing with this thing. So you want to deal with what's called a bleeding neck, right? Mm-hmm. The bleeding neck is someone where they urgently need help and they need to reach out to you, right?
Okay.
So I think all the stuff you have, you basically tried to cram everything onto the homepage. Simplify.
Okay.
Mhm.
You can still have all this other stuff on other sections of the site, but
Yes.
because you've got everything here, the point of any portion of a website or an ad or whatever is just to get people to the very next step. So
Mhm.
here, the very next step is to collect an email address, maybe because you have some kind of lead magnet, or maybe you want to book a 15-minute call, whatever, like just the next step. You don't want to go into, we have this small package for $295 and the medium package for $895.
Yes.
Just don't, that's later, right? Just
Okay.
like if we run ads on Facebook or Google, all it is just to generate enough attention to get them to the next step, right? Which is your homepage or landing page. And the next step, which is the book a phone call. And the next step, which is to convince them to sign up for the whatever the next thing is, right?
Okay. So I've been watching you every month, and you oftentimes say to put a testimonial on the first page. So I sort of redid my website homepage just before coming on here and added a testimonial. So
Yeah.
but you're saying I have too much. So the stock art, I get that part.
They want to see Debbie, right? The reason why they're hiring Debbie is because they feel like they have a personal connection with you instead of this family walking on the beach and this
Right.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And the testimonial you have is a good one. And I see you have a whole bunch there at the bottom, but you know, it's more powerful than just a long paragraph of all these words about how my family is so much happier now.
Yeah.
It's a short little video.
Okay.
And before I was working with Debbie, I had this problem with my child. It was this, and it was so bad and so frustrating. And working with Debbie, we achieved this result by going through this kind of coaching program. So
Gotcha.
X achieved Y via Z. X is the person, Y is the result, Z is the program or path or whatever it is they bought, right? It's called the XYZ model. That's how you tell the story. You can turn that into a blog post. Every one of those things should be turned into a story. Never use the word testimonial. Why should we never use the word testimonial ever?
I don't know.
What do you guys think? Testimonial is like a bad word. It's foul language because when you go to a website and you see testimonial, you already know it's slanted for whoever's providing the service. Oh, you know, working with Danny Barrera is so good. Danny Barrera is so smart, right? Of course, all those things are true, but there has to be value. It has to be how so-and-so was able to grow their decorative concrete business from 10,000 a month to 100,000 a month because he was able to rank on SEO or because he ran ads or because, you know, they did this thing. And then the story goes into here's how they did it step by step. It's actually helpful.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope that helps you, Miss Debbie. I think I don't think your issue is the website. I think the issue is a strategy one.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that does help. I appreciate your time.
Great
Reach out to
effort, though.
people, make videos with these people. Don't just take the words. It is a little more effort to get them on Zoom.
Right.
You got to be comfortable showing your face because anyone who does therapy or professional services, like imagine that someone wanted to hire Danny, right? Because Danny runs a digital agency. And all we saw was like the flowers and the sunset and that kind of thing. Like, I want to be able to look Danny in the eyes. See, like, do I trust this person? Yeah, I do, you know?
Mhm.
I feel like I know him, right? We've hung out, like you know, right? Especially with coaching or even
Sure.
like real
It's
estate.
so intimate.
Yeah, you need to get a sense like, I want to see you, Debbie, right?
Yes.
So your hair should have nothing to do with whether you're good at family coaching. I don't even have any hair, see? All right.
Yes.
So
Thank
why
you.
don't make some of these changes, come back next month. Let's see what you've done. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And then I want you to go through our $1 a day training program. So you get some traffic for these families
Oh.
in your city.
How do I look that up? $1 a day training program?
Message Stephanie. Yeah, just, you know what, do search my name and $1 a day. And there's a ton of free stuff out there. We've taught this the last 14 years. It's been our top selling course. We've spent $1 billion using this technique for people who are service providers. In other words, people who are not selling products, people who are selling because of their expertise.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. I will do that.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
All right, Jessica.
Yes, I just type in the address in the chat box. The next is Ray's Pickle. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correct. Ray, RAYSPICKLEDGGS.com.
RacePickleEggs.com.
Pickle X. Okay, thank you for the break. I was like, I don't know how to break this whole word.
You want to share your screen, Danny? And you can
I'll share my screen. Yes.
All right.
Yes. All right. Let's see desktop. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Looks great.
Okay.
Cocktail eggs.
Okay, your cocktail just woke up, and okay, so who's is this Scott? Scott, is this your website?
Yes, this is mine.
Okay, awesome. So talk to me a little bit about who your end consumer is, who's your ideal target prospect.
Well, I came out with this product last year. It's something that I'm still trying to figure, because it's a unique product, I'm still trying to figure out exactly who the target audience is. I'm finding it's mostly women, mostly a lot of mothers especially. And I think maybe it's just because I got into, like, hooked up into that network of people who got aware of the eggs. I'm only selling in San Francisco right now, doing some pop-up and farmers markets events, but also doing local delivery. What I'm trying to improve, I'm trying to improve SEO, of course, but not in a way that gets it outside of San Francisco, which is not yet of any use to me.
Okay.
But I'm also trying to I make it so that people can feel comfortable ordering on the site. I have an Instagram account that I always, link back to this website for ordering. But I just would like your opinion on whether this is, whether this site makes sense and feels comfortable to you.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so you want the consumer to come here and order from you online? Is that your ideal situation, or you want them to contact you on social media? What's the ideal scenario for you?
Ideally, if they're in San Francisco, the ideal scenario is for them to come and order.
Okay.
But if they're not, to email, to contact me for information on getting it outside of San Francisco, because I'm working on other locations now.
Okay. Awesome. So one thing is, if there is already something we look for from the SEO perspective in San Francisco itself, there's something called the Google Keyword Planner. So if you're advertising, if you were to run Google Ads, you pretty much can come here and get access to this tool. It gives you an idea. So there's about 140 searches a month, give or take. Sometimes it goes up or down. This data is a little bit flawed, but it gives you a good idea on the trends when people are searching more for this kind of product, the pickled eggs. Does that make sense? So it is worth for you to look into the SEO aspect, but something I like to look at is the different ways that people actually search for that, like spicy pickled eggs, right? Pickled eggs near me. Like, you have all of this specific searches coming in from just, if I pick just San Francisco in itself, it's something that's worth looking into, right? So when I come to your website here, there is the on-page SEO, and then there's the off-page, which is what we call the sites referring to you and talking about you and sending you links, which is very powerful. So you have a couple of I guess keywords that you've tried to optimize for. Is that correct? Like the best Bloody Mary garnishes?
Yeah, I want to change that.
Okay.
I'm also using Wix for my
Okay.
for my hosting, and I've lost where that tool is to change that tag at the beginning.
Right. So the tags, they're very important. The title, the meta title, the meta description, but there's something else that's important too in the site structure, which is the H tags. So for example, here you're telling Google, welcome to the, or welcome to the. Google doesn't know what that is. And then you're saying cocktail egg. Google is lost. Remember, Google is just a machine trying to make sense out of what content and context the website is about. And your H tags are a strong signal as to what the website is about. So now how can I get some? So imagine you're here, you're pitching someone, welcome to the cocktail egg. How can I get some? Our story, how the ideas hatch, meet the team, drink me Portnoy. What would that tell you? Like if you were just to look at this, right? Would this even make sense to you?
No.
If you show this to a stranger, right? So we do want to get that out of the way. So similarly to what we just said to Debbie is, give me the punchline right up front here. What is it that you are providing? Best pickle eggs in San Francisco, shipping worldwide or shipping nationwide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now you can use that as an H tag, showcase your product or a video if you want to connect. And now you tell me a little bit more about the story, right? You can get a little bit into the actual product in itself. And you want them to order now, right? That could be an option. Order now or call us to schedule your pickup, right? Those would be the calls to action. I don't know. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Dennis, anything you want to add here?
So Scott, you have a quasi service because you're delivering in San Francisco, but you're running this kind of like an e-com site. And you kind of have to pick one or the other because you just can't optimize for both. So let's just say, for example, that you wanted to sell more of these pickled eggs in San Francisco, then you would do the search things that Danny was showing you. But I think on the social side, you're going to get more power if you're going to run as a local business, because if you can show, and let me ask you, Scott, do you have pictures of this being shown in different restaurants or as part of brunch, or well-known people who are featuring this as part of their meal and how they hang out? Do you have that? I imagine you have some of this, right? There's got to be a founder story behind this, right?
On Instagram, I have some stuff there.
Okay. So on Instagram, you can boost those particular stories and images to people that live in San Francisco. And just like Danny was showing you in the keyword planner, as part of Google Ads, we can run our pickled egg videos. Let's say you have a 6-second bumper to anyone who's searching on pickled eggs. But that would be more of a nationwide thing, but then you'd have to open up the shipping. Okay, so you're selling this for $15 plus shipping and handling, right?
Yeah.
Is there some lifetime value play, or is there some kind of upsell or some kind of subscription, something that makes a new customer worth a lot of money?
I'm not sure. A subscription plan or?
So how much are you just running direct to consumer? So they're buying direct from you.
Yeah.
So you're not doing a retail, or you're not doing a partner thing or distribution play.
Right.
Okay. So then do you have any data showing what's going on when they buy? Do they buy multiple? Do they have repeat?
I'm not sure what you mean. Do I have like incentive plans or how?
So people buy, do you have data showing that they continue to buy, so we can say once they buy one, we know on average in the first 6 months, they're going to be worth, $150 or something, right?
Oh, like analytics.
Yeah, or anything to show, because what we're trying to get away from is people who buy just one time, because the math on this is very difficult if people just buy once for $15 and you have shipping and handling, right? Because I would think running ads, your acquisition cost, if you do a good job, is going to be $5 to $10 to get a new customer. But if they only buy one jar for 15, you don't have enough margin probably to make this work.
I don't have those analytics yet. Okay.
But let's just say, people who on Sunday they do the Bloody Mary, they like this, they're going to keep buying, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any partnerships maybe with other bars or other folks who provide cocktail glassware, or other folks where you can co-market together?
I did before the pandemic, and several of the clients I was working with, those bars shut down.
Okay.
So I don't have those relationships anymore, which is why I decided to do the retail on my own.
Do you have some of these bars where you can show them making the most amazing Bloody Mary using your eggs and other ingredients?
Yeah, I've worked with bartenders that I can get video of them doing that.
You should feature that on your homepage, and that should be basically what you feature across all your media. And then you could use the dollar a day technique, which we were telling Debbie about, and we can target people who their job title is bartender, or people who are restaurant managers, or people who are chefs or whatnot, or people who are searching for Bloody Mary, or people who are watching, recipes, Sunday brunch, whatever on YouTube, and we can target specific YouTube videos and specific YouTube channels. And so that would get the word out. But then my concern is the math on it might not work, because if it costs you $5 to $10, I'm just guessing, but let's just say it costs $5 to $10 to drive a sale, unless they are buying in bulk, it's going to be tough for the math to work out for you. You follow me?
Yeah.
So your consumer play I think it's going to be very hard selling one jar at a time. You need some kind of Dollar Shave Club or some kind of monthly subscription, or you need to bundle the eggs with someone else, or you have to partner. You need to, sell to restaurants or whatever, where they can buy cases of this. And the math is different for wholesale, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I imagine other people who have shopping carts who are selling items that are related to, so people who would buy these pickled eggs, they also are buying these other things. So if you can partner with them, then they can mail their list. You can benefit off of their SEO. They can put web pages on this, and then you guys could co-market together. Maybe because you make some videos on recipes, right? Or behind the scenes on how the eggs are made, or featuring famous chefs. And then they happen to talk about how this is one of their special ingredients they use.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Okay.
but I think increasingly, unless Ray or one of these folks is a strong figurehead, like a Gordon Ramsay, I think you're going to need some kind of co-marketing, some kind of partnership, because you've got to get the lifetime value of a customer over $100 for this to work in e-commerce.
Okay.
That's just the math of what's happened in the last couple of years, because the cost of traffic's gone up so much. Yeah, I think Danny has a really high LTV for the clients that he serves. So he can afford to, schedule phone calls and do all these things.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd love for you to update the content, show these videos, repurpose the stuff you have on Instagram and whatnot onto the website, make those changes that Danny talked about. Try spending $1 a day on YouTube and $1 a day on Facebook and see what happens, especially in San Francisco. I think that'll resonate. You could maybe even do it on Twitter in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah. But we've got to see people on video and people in pictures that are reacting to the egg and the sundae, and like how the vibe, like we got to capture the vibe. So the logo you have of the chicken that has the egg, I don't think captures the whole vibe, right? That's just the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that help?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So Scott, implement some of these and let us know next month.
Okay.
Rock on, my friend.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Jessica.
Yes, the next I just enter into the chat box, cbduthera.com.
CBD Euphora from Alex. Alex, are you there? Mr. Alex.
Hold on, let me, yes, sorry, apologize, slow. Here you go. Alex, you can talk now.
Hello, I'm here. It's actually Miss Alex.
Miss Alex. Okay. Well, Alex is one of those, it's hard to tell which one, right?
Indeed, that was my parents' intention.
Okay. So what is your role and how is this, what is the thrust here, Alex?
I am the co-founder of Euphora. We make CBD formulas for pain relief. And yeah, one of our challenges is that because of the regulation in our industry, we can't really use the word pain relief.
Yeah.
So we are in the unique position of trying to use verbiage that explains the benefits of our products with an extremely limited vocabulary.
Yeah, especially on the advertising side, as you know.
Mhm.
So when it comes to Facebook and Google, anything CBD or medical marijuana is really hard.
Right.
That's why email is your best friend.
Okay.
Do you have partners that have email lists where you can email together?
We do not yet.
Okay. Because normally when people buy CBD or they buy, supplements for immunity or vitamin C or whatnot, they buy as a bundle. They buy, because they follow, Dr. What's his face, the one who published it. My memory's not even. See, I gotta take some of this supplements to improve
I
my
got
memory.
something for you.
Okay. But I was going to mention Dr. Mercola or Ben Greenfield or other people. Do you have some figureheads?
We do not
Talk
have
about
any
this.
figureheads.
Well, then Alex, you're the figurehead.
Indeed.
Co-founder.
Right.
Yeah. Because people buy not because of the efficacy or because of the purity of the ingredients or whatnot, but they buy because of the stories
Okay.
of people that are using this. So do you have some compelling stories? People can watch these stories, read these stories, and really identify with these people. And that's how you get around any kind of claims or talking about pain relief or things that get you in trouble with the FDA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you focus on the vibe and the personality of these other people, then you can talk about health, you can talk about wellness, you can talk about these kinds of things and sort of imply pain relief.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I see this content marketing is going to be tough to do what you're doing there because it looks like spun content.
Right.
So you're selling direct. What is it, like Shopify you have here?
We're using Wix.
Oh,
And
Wix. Wow.
yeah, the goal is to do direct to consumer sales.
What's with all these people using Wix?
The advertising. It's the advertising.
It is, I know. My
They
goodness.
show up everywhere on YouTube, on Facebook, and they market themselves well. I'll tell you
do.
that.
I made some videos in front of their office. They're in Tel Aviv, right
Wow.
there on the beach in is it Haifa? What's it called? That's right there. Yeah, I went by their offices and because I stopped by Fiverr to meet with their executive team. Fiverr is the big freelancing network. But yeah, Wix is they're growing on this. The trouble is that you can create these websites, but you gotta, man, I don't mean to slam Wix. Eventually someone from Wix will see this and say that Dennis guy keeps talking bad about us. But
No.
what are you driving in sales now?
What do you mean by that?
How much product are you selling a month right now?
Not enough.
That's what I thought. Of the people that know you, what channel is it and who are they?
The people we actually, our best sales times are when we have participated in pop-up markets and people have been able to sample the product directly and have a face-to-face conversation with us. And then they become repeat customers. So really the challenge of the online website is just getting them to try one of our pain relief formulas for the first time, because we have a lot of repeat business because our formulas actually work.
So a customer is worth a lot because you have a lot of repeat business.
Yes.
What's the lifetime value? Would you just roughly estimate of a customer?
I would say our average ideal customer spends like $50 to $100 a month.
So let's just say we take 1 year just as a conservative estimate. So let's say $600.
Yeah.
And how much are you willing to spend in marketing or advertising to acquire $600 of incremental revenue?
I don't know. That's why I'm here.
Well, generally a 5 to 1 in e-commerce is a good starting point.
Okay.
So spend $1, get $5 in revenue. So that would mean, now, of course, it depends on what your margins are and this kind of thing, but
Right.
that would mean you can spend $120 to acquire $600 in revenue if we assume a 5 to 1 multiple. And so this multiple is called ROAS, which is return on ad spend. It means for every dollar we spend on advertising or marketing, how much money do we have to have for that to be worthwhile? So if we assume a 5, 120 for acquisition, you're acquiring these folks at like farmers markets and festivals,
Yeah.
mostly in the Bay Area.
Yes.
Okay. And how many people are in your email list?
Probably about 80.
80. Okay. Have you mailed that list?
We have.
And do you have some kind of referral bonus?
Not yet.
Because these 80 people, I mean, my friends at least who love CBD gummies and CBD oil, and they talk about, how it's helped them because they used to be taking all these pills and now they're doing CBD. They love telling everybody about this, right? So if you had some kind of incentive, like the tell a friend, get 20% off, and then they get 20% off kind of thing, that 80 could turn into 160 and into 220 and so forth. So I think that your growth is largely going to come off of referral.
Okay.
So Danny can show us keywords and what people are searching on and related products, but you can find these CBD gummies and other similar products, right? anywhere, right? I'm not sure what the deal is in California with, what's legal and what's allowed to be sold and recreational, whatever, but I think you're going to stand out because of the referral angle. So you should try everything you can with referral
Okay.
by highlighting these customers. 80 is not a big number, but 80 can very quickly turn into a much bigger number, especially because you said the key thing that I heard from you is that, Alex, is the lifetime value is good because they keep buying. So something's right. Can you interview some of these people on Zoom for 5 minutes and ask them, what is it that they love so much about your products, about Euphora, and their favorite product, and why they keep buying? And like, you already know what the answer is, but what we want to hear, Alex, is the exact words that they're using.
Yeah.
So if you record this in Zoom with their permission, of course, they're going to say, I was walking along the Embarcadero. Every morning I would walk along the Embarcadero and smell the sea salt and the seagulls, but I could only walk half a mile because I've gotten old now and I'm not like I used to be. So when you hear those specifics, record the specifics, and then that is your subject line. That is what you're going to use in your emails, in your headlines, in your copy. Because imagine like somebody says some very specific situation they're dealing with, then you turn that into an email subject line on how I'm able to walk a mile and a half now on the Embarcadero every morning, right? Like, oh, okay. Well, and then it's because they take the CBD oil, and as part of this, they also do the meditation in the morning and other things. So you're telling their story, you're highlighting them, you're making no claims. You're not talking about how it's going to cure anything or pain relief, but you're highlighting them. But use that in email, use that in social, and then that's how you're going to get enough density in San Francisco to then be able to go beyond San Francisco. But if you don't have enough density in a particular area, and then you try to jump to San Diego or jump to Denver, it's going to be difficult, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, which is why it's working for you at these festivals and farmer markets and all that, right? So what you want to do is capture the same kind of vibe that when they're sampling it in person with you, you want to try to capture that. It's almost like it's never going to be the same online. Just like Zoom here, we're talking, it's not the same, but you want to try to be as close as you can. Does that make sense?
Right.
Danny, you have some thoughts?
Yeah, no, in the context of email newsletter, emailing, I think, giveaways, e-commerce is a great thing as far as leveraging a promotional tool and leveraging that in all your social media vehicles. You have TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, in the organic, of course, because of limitations in advertising, etc. But, you're giving away something that's great. You don't need to mention CBD, but you can mention about what I can see here. You have some CBDs treatments for sleep, pain, mood. Hey, are you moody? You're waking up moody. You're having a hard time going to sleep. Are you in pain? Well, we actually, and then you talk a little bit about what is it that you're working with. And then imagine having that plus all the testimonials rolling up right behind it. Then, hey, we're giving away our complete kit. Is valued at what, $200? All you got to do is sign up. Ads are great. Sign up today. Plus, you're going to get tips on how you can have a better sleep, better sex, look thinner, and look beautiful every day of the week. Right now, everyone wants to jump in, but that's marketing at the end of the day. Whatever you're selling is transformation. But pain, sleep, stress, those are really big pain points. Really big pain points into all human beings that are, as they're aging, they experience at some level. So I think what Dennis said is valid. Try to gain grounds, in your specific city or target area, and then from there you can put some more money into advertising, expanding before trying to go too broad, because you are in a competitive space. It is very competitive. You're going against people with heavy pockets, unlimited budgets, and they can do a lot more. So it's about showcasing the personality. Why is this product different than anything else out there? And in the beginning, Alex, that's going to be you.
Okay.
That's going to be you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
You got it.
Thank you, Miss Alex. And
thank you, Alex.
I want everyone, I see there's 42 of us here. Can everyone type into the chat, "Go Alex," just to give her a little encouragement?
100%.
You guys are all paying attention here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You've got this. You've got this.
We're not watching YouTube, right? This is live. We're here. We're real humans, right?
Thank you
We're
all.
engaging.
Oh my God, the support is pouring in. I feel like I have to type the address again.
Let's keep
So
going.
obviously everybody is paying attention to you. So the next is Beauty of Try from our old friend Sajana, if you can still remember her. Yeah, Sajana, you're the next.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
there.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you have a Tolstoy there. Very nice,
Yes.
Jana. All right.
I listened to you.
And tell us what has happened since we chatted last, and just to get everyone up to speed so we understand who you are.
Yes, sure. So when I last chatted with you, I was in the different website called Allrounder. So since then, I happened to do a free, give a free consultation to the potential clients. So I can get some ideas like what they are looking for instead of just giving my own, thoughts to it. So after consulting with a few of the clients, they were saying, I would like to try the skincare products out before buying them. And they were looking to, after they are done with this skincare, they want to try the different ones rather than buying the new ones. So that's why I thought I would move on to something that's like where I can provide them the samples of the product and also do the consultation regarding like specific products that they need. And this page, I didn't want it to go all in. So this is just the idea if people are interested on this first.
So this is simulating walking into one of these like anthropology sorts of places and talking to a consultant and seeing the different sort of samples, like a beauty consultant, right? In the store,
so
whatever, right?
Yes, like Sephora, where they go in and they, try the products out and they say like, oh, I have this problem, give me the samples. So basically what I try to do, a little bit of difference is I give them samples, like 3 samples, try it, but I don't tell them what brand or what price. I just choose the products for them and ship it out to them. And in the consultation, that's where I reveal the product that they liked or the products that they were using. So my main goal is to, in skincare, there are so many brands, but it's the packaging mostly difference and the ingredients are not that much of difference. So I want them to like the products based on the efficacy of the product, based on the brand or, packaging.
The mystery, and they found out later.
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah.
So my advice for Beauty of Try is you should try it, right? You should test this model to see what happens when you send these 3 random samples, kind of like the blind taste test, and see, oh, this one works best for my skin or whatnot, right?
So that way they will actually, pick the products that they like, then instead of going with the brands and that way I can, get in touch with the clients because that's like half done,
Yeah. Yeah. I missed it. At what point do you talk to them, or they're going through your survey and said like?
So I get the email from this website. I get their email and they fill out a form. And based on that form, they will the form is based on like their skin type, skin tone, and skin need, what they need. And I ship out the products because from that, I can choose the products, what's good for them. And once they try the products out, there is a QR code in the shipping label.
Yeah.
So in that, they scan it and book a call with me. I go and chat with them.
What is the cost to fulfill one of these samples?
Probably like $3.
Oh, wow. That's great then.
Yeah. And so for the consultation, I am thinking of charging like $50 because that's with my skills and everything like for the service wise.
Right.
But as of right now, I'm doing this for free just to see if people are interested on it and see if they are liking the idea or so. And if it's going well, then I go in with the charge and all.
You should spend $100 on ads and hold up your little packet and say, hey, Sajana here, and this is the way it works. You tell me your skin color, skin condition, whatever. I'm going to send you this mystery packet for free, right? I'm going to pay for it. And then you're going to find out which one works and we're going to have a call and let's discuss, right? Let's go. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you explained it well. So that's what my model is for now.
Yeah. And I think it'll work for you on Instagram and TikTok. You're going to run lead ads. I want you to run lead ads for Facebook lead ads and TikTok lead ads, where it auto fills that information.
So it's called lead ads?
Well, lead ads is a particular type of advertising product. So a lead ad is where, there's your ad, you're explaining, hey, Sajana here, I've got this awesome thing for you. And then when they click on the button to get started, it autofills their information while they're still inside TikTok or while they're still inside Instagram or Facebook.
Oh, okay, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
Do you have any course on that, Dennis?
We do. We have the #1 best-selling book right now on Amazon and social media. So if you do a search on TikTok ads, it'll pop up there at the very top.
TikTok ads?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I got
It's only $2.99, guys. $2.99. You
Believe
can't
me,
go
we're-
wrong learning from the best. You know, get it. I posted the link in the chat
Thank you. We're not making a profit. I promise you that.
for sure.
Okay, let me
Yes.
take it. What else? So as of right now, my problem is, for me is people don't know that I exist. So
Yeah.
the best way would be just to go and do the ads.
Yep. You're going to run $1 a day ads, or in this case, $10 or $20 a day ads. Run it for a week and see what happens. Because you have a great idea, but until you put it out there and just try it, you're not going to know, right? Get your
Yeah.
friends involved, get other friends. I imagine you've got quite a network like we talked last time in beauty, in
Yes.
fitness and whatnot. And you can interview them on the Sajana podcast or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
just to be able to get more feedback and more people. You're right. Your #1 issue is you need to get eyeballs. People need to know about you.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at the TikTok advertising, the book that you have.
Yeah.
The
You're going to
ebook.
like TikTok. Just be careful. It's easy to get hooked. Okay.
Okay.
This is my one warning. Limit yourself, 30 minutes a day or something like that.
That's the reason I don't like to go in TikTok, because like once you swipe it, the other thing comes up and I'm like more hooked watching the videos than me trying to make the videos.
See, I don't have the discipline. I know Danny has discipline, but I don't. So I limit my time.
Dennis absolutely does. I don't know how you do it, Dennis. Seriously, it's one of the. Just to give you guys context, I'm around entrepreneurs, high level performing entrepreneurs all day long. But Dennis, I don't know how he pulls it off, but he's a machine, an absolute machine and a beast when it comes to doing everything that he does. So, he makes it happen. I don't know how you do it. Best-selling book. Before it even launched, he's already got a best-selling book. He's got a lot of things, all courses coming out all the time, updating the community. He's here in this session, and I'm sure he's going to do 20 different things after this call before 10 p.m.
Yes.
So kudos to you, my friend. Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Well, we practice what we preach,
Yes.
right? So Danny, you can tell just from Danny doing the audits that he knows what he's talking about because he's done it. The 10,000 hour rule?
Yes.
A friend of mine told me, because I made a post a few days ago. I just calculated I've got 50,000 hours in digital marketing. Some people think like you can just learn how to do this thing in a couple months. Like when you see someone like I got to meet Steph Curry multiple times, right? He's the basketball player. He shoots the 3-pointers. And when you shake his hand, it's sandpaper. His skin is so rough because he's spending hours and hours and hours a day shooting those 3-pointers.
Wow.
And so the Japanese, they like the Jiro Dreams of Sushi, they have a 60,000 hour rule to become a master. So in America, Malcolm Gladwell, they talk about 10,000 hours, but 60,000 hours, that's when you really become a master. And I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we might not see that because in America, we think, we see some Silicon Valley success of some 21-year-old who's made $1 billion in crypto or something. But, the thing, it takes time, right?
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
when you see people who have done something for a while, like Danny, how many years of experience do you have in digital marketing?
Since 2008.
So
2008. Yeah.
That's 14 years. He looks like he's 16, but that's 14 years of experience.
I'm 35. Record, yes.
Yeah. So good job, Sajana. Just keep going. The thing, like you said, the majority of entrepreneurs, like the folks we see here in SF, SBDC, they've got a great business idea. They have some experience in a certain area. Now they're trying to go online. And you need to be seen, right? You know it. All of us here, our #1 issue is we need to be seen. The best way to be seen is use the $1 a day technique, which is making short little videos with other people like your customers, people on your team, you telling your founder story, you sharing expertise about, what do you do in your morning routine? Like you're just making short little videos and you just put it out there on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all these channels. mechanically, like algorithmically, all of these channels are actually the same thing because they're all driven off of a news feed that's trying to figure out what to show to people. So one of our friends who's on this call here is also named Dennis Yu, you can see, but he's Hispanic. Jorge Cruz, you can see he's got this light green thing. He's wearing the suit. We had a private call with Snapchat, and Snapchat was telling us all the things they're doing in advertising. And it was exactly the same thing pretty much that TikTok says when we have our calls with them. You know,
Okay,
Danny
so
gets
for
the,
ad related, so just look at the book that you have, that TikTok advertising. So that
or
would be the
just Google Danny Barrera or Google
Mhm.
my name in advertising or SEO or any of these terms, and you'll see tons and tons, like hours and hours and hours of training. You can read the articles, you can watch the videos, whatever you want, it's all there. But the key is you're going to find that when you create short, fun, authentic things related to what you're doing, so making a Bloody Mary, or, you know, getting rid of blemishes, or overcoming pain, or all the things that we talked about, you're going to find just sharing that passion, sharing the knowledge that may appear mundane to you is actually very insightful to your potential customers. And it's going to be, you know, the reason we talked about this briefly, but I think most people missed it last time we talked, Sajana, is that people are going to gravitate towards you as a beauty consultant because they get your vibe and they feel that you care. Because there's lots of other people. I can walk into a Sephora, I'm a guy, but I could walk into a Sephora and say, should I use this kind of cream or that kind of cream? And I don't really know. It's going to be some pretty lady will come up and say, oh, you should try this one. Well, how do I really know, right? There's some random girl there, right? But people are going to build a connection with you. And everyone here, doesn't matter if you're Sajana and you're doing these different kinds of improve your skin sorts of things. Everyone here, we are dealing with the same thing. Unless we're Walmart or Amazon, where we're just trying to sell more of the things for cheaper, all of us are differentiating because of the relationships and expertise that we have.
Yeah. Okay.
Amen. So get these changes and test
Thank you.
it. Tell us what's working, right? We want to hear what's working.
Okay, yeah,
Won't know
definitely
until you
I'll go
find
with
out.
this because since I got good job from you, so I think it's gonna be good, worth a try. So let's give it a try.
Yeah, put $100 or $200 and see what happens. Let us know. And I like how you jumped on and you made the interactive video. Good job on you. Most
Amazing
people are too
job.
scared to do that.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks, Danny.
Okay.
You're
Jessica, do you want, or Dan, do you want to take one more, or how are we doing on time?
So time check is 3 o'clock. We have around 30 minutes. And we have probably, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Danny, do you have time?
7.
I have time.
Probably
Okay,
have
so let's
7.
7. So let's just do lightning. Let's do like 3.5 minutes on each one. So Danny and I will just go back and forth, right? Danny, you want to do the
Okay.
screen share, or I'll do the screen share?
I'll do the screen share.
Okay,
Might
cool.
as
And
well.
we'll just
So
we'll
the
just go
next
boom, boom,
is
boom.
from Ari, agentlerest.com.
Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
In-home pet euthanasia. Wow, that is a tricky topic, isn't it? How do you get around that topic?
Well, I don't show videos of euthanizing the pets.
But you discuss it. And I imagine the discussion of this is the thing that would drive the leads without being inflammatory.
Yeah, I hope so. So I'm a veterinarian and yeah, I don't know. I guess, I mean, the first thing I would say is that what is unique about this service is that we do it mobile or in home as opposed to at the vet clinic. And, you know, a lot of people don't even know that that's an option.
Oh,
So I feel like I need to even just advocate for this type of service in general.
and why do people do the mobile service versus go to the vet?
Because it's such a nicer experience, because, you know, it's such a both traumatic, intimate, personal thing. And it's much nicer for the person and the pet to be at home. The pet is calm and relaxed, not nervous and scared. You know, the clinic is a very sterile, busy, impersonal place. So people who do it at home are just, you know, especially if it's their first time, they're just amazed at how much nicer it is than at the clinic. And you know, they even tell me, they say, oh my God, I was like, you know, I had such fear and anxiety about this, and somehow, you know, you guys turned it into a beautiful experience. So there's a lot of, you know, when it comes to death, there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of fear of the unknown. And, you know, people are always worried about their pet. Are they going to be in pain at the end or suffering in the end?
Yeah.
And when we provide a service where that doesn't happen, people are just very grateful and relieved.
So are you competing with these other vets, or are they friends?
We really only have one direct competitor in San Francisco called Golden Gate.
Of course, Golden Gate.
Yeah, it's Golden Gate Pet Hospice and Euthanasia, something like that.
You have that awesome funeral director, very elegant voice.
Yeah, people tell me that. Very calming voice and presence.
Cool. Well, I'd say the same thing that we're saying for the other folks here, where you want to enhance that calm, not busy clinical sort of thing. And like these videos and the pictures, I know you have like the pictures of the flowers and this kind of stereotypical kinds of pieces, but I think that would really make the difference for you. Because then you're answering the questions in text, but I think if you tried it in video too, they get a sense of your vibe. And I like how you got at the SF Bay Area, you get the 415 phone number, which tells everybody that you're a local service.
Mm-hmm.
You might try to rank better in Google Maps, even though you technically don't have an address, I assume. Oh no, as a veterinarian, you do have an address, right? Or is it just completely?
Well, we don't, we don't have customers that come to us. Okay. So I downplay our address because we just have a shared office space. It's not really we don't do the business at our location, and people are not really invited to do it there. So there's not really, rarely people will come to our office to pick up the ashes, but we don't really, there's no reason for them to know where we are.
Right. But you can still run ads without people coming to your place. This is true with like mobile car wash and oil change and web designers and folks like that.
I made the website myself with Weebly several years ago.
Weebly, okay.
And, we use Square for most of our, credit card transactions. And now that Square bought Weebly, I'm so reluctant to change because they're so integrated. But I've gone through I tried one service to improve my website and SEO, and that was kind of a failure. And then I went with another one, and I'm pretty much letting them go too. So the last one basically pushed me to, they wanted to do it in WordPress, and I wanted to be able to learn it so I could, tweak things as needed as well.
Yeah.
But so I'm, I don't know how important that is, like to redo this whole thing in WordPress. Or
you can get it redone in WordPress for $100. You should have WordPress, but only if you're going to create more content. You're ranking on 14 keywords, which are all basically your name, different versions of your name. So you don't have the signal of actually no, 280 keywords. Oh, you rank on mobile vet San Francisco. That's interesting.
He's got quite a few keywords here.
Actually, yeah, I see this here. I was looking at the wrong page. Oh, I was looking at another page. Okay.
No, I was looking at a competitor. Yes. Okay. So I would say, there's definitely search volume, which is something I like to validate before you put any money into ads, but it would be worth for you to, if you want more clients, Google ads, really, I would say, create a single page, a landing page that's just dedicated to get some information right out of the gate from a prospect with the phone number for them to schedule a consultation with you and drive leads that way. But for long term, there's absolutely search volume to put some money behind SEO and the Google My Business. By the way, anyone here that does service San Francisco or any local service area, you have to get yourself into the Google Business Profile. It's for free. Google gives you that, and start collecting reviews, because that does help you out as well. 100%. Getting reviews validates you, in a powerful way, really powerful way, helps out. Something I like about what you've done here is you have brand searches, which also helps out with the strategy. So from the perspective of SEO, really quick, my 2 cents here, Dennis, create a better site structure. I mean, there's really no site structure. It's kind of like just a couple of pages stick together, but a better site structure, WordPress, you have content, you have backlinks coming to you with the Google My Business listing. You can certainly start to see some movements going up for you.
Amen.
I thought we had a Google ad running.
Okay. Yeah, no, I put San Francisco. Is that the main area, or are you running it somewhere else?
Yeah, we're based out of San Francisco.
Yeah, this tool is not 100% accurate, but let me see. Yeah, it's picking up San Francisco. Maybe you're towards the bottom of or the second page. I don't know. Sometimes, yeah, the way the ads rendered. Maybe you ran through the daily budget. It's not rendering, I don't know.
Wow.
So many things could be, but you want to definitely get your ads on the top
Yeah.
top 3 here for sure.
So is that something I should do, is increase the budget?
It could be a lot of things. That's a completely different conversation.
Okay.
Maybe.
Landing page, keywords,
Yeah.
search terms, right?
All
Yep. Make sure you got the right keywords and the right target. Yeah.
Thank you, Ari.
Yeah,
Maybe
thank
make
you
some of
guys.
these changes and come back next month. Let's take a look.
I'm not sure I know how to do those changes, but all right.
You could just send me a message and I'll send you some of our training on how to do it. And then you could hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork to make the changes.
Okay.
Not a big deal. Yeah, we see these like Wix, Weebly, whatever conversions to WordSpace all day. WordPress. I said WordSpace, thinking Squarespace and WordPress. We see it all the time. Not a big deal.
Yes.
So before you guys cut me off or whatever, my knee-jerk top question would be, if I were to make a video, what do I make it of? Do you have any suggestions? Is it just me talking?
Well, the best thing is you follow the process, start to end, mirroring the consumer journey. So when they first come in, they want to know what is pet euthanasia, then what's the process, you come to their house, then you can show B-roll, which is kind of behind. So you're talking, but then it flips to maybe pictures or videos showing where you have permission, like what's, how the pet is laid and answering questions about, is it painful? What's the cost? Why would you do it this way versus another way?
Okay.
Cremation. You would just follow the process like a movie behind the scenes. And that might be a 2.5 minute, 3 minute video. So it could be you just, let's say you have 8 or 9 key points that you want to make. So you just talk through these points, maybe a minute each of them, and then you assemble the B-roll to go at the same time. So all the photos and images and whatnot. Then you go to Fiverr and have someone edit all of this into your reel. And that could, cost you $100, maybe $150 to do all the editing if you provide them with these ingredients.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Otherwise, you pay a pro a couple $1,000s. Good luck.
Thanks.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah. No, the Fiverr thing sounds great.
Yeah. Love Fiverr. I have some of their stock too.
Amazing.
Okay.
So I just did a very accurate count. We still have 7. I don't think we can finish all 7, even though we want to do 5 minutes per website. So just want to set the right expectation there. The next is who's next.
Okay. Jackie, are you here? What a beautiful view of Yosemite. Life is either very much or nothing.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. So we are a very brand new startup. We started in November of 21, and I have spent the last 6 months or so trying to get this up and running. Also a Wix client. Not my first choice, but it was started by the owner previously to me starting. And so I would love any and all feedback you can give me on our site.
Very cool. So you're in Pleasanton, one of my favorite places, but offices in 2 places in India.
Yeah,
Oh,
3 offices. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And what's your goal here?
So we're a service-based company offering business consulting services as well as staffing and recruiting. And so, for example, we kind of hit the ground running with a few of our, clients. I'll use like Microsoft or Google, for example. So we do staffing and recruiting services for them. So, and I know like companies like that use multiple, staffing and recruiting firms, and there are, right? Like you have Robert Half, you have this, you have that, you have tons of people.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of competition. And so we were trying to stand out a little bit by using like that adventure, right? Everybody's always like wants to find their adventure in life. So we're like, let's go with this, let's roll with it and make it, make something different. And so, but I'm not, I don't have, probably as much experience as I could be doing this. So there was a little learning curve here for me. But I'm here to absorb anyway. I heard you say earlier that you do this monthly. I would love to just sit in monthly because I kind of want to do I'm sorry, I'm using a bad word, but I kind of want to do the testimonial video My concern is because we're so new, we might not have that just yet, right? Unless you want like the owner speaking or something like that. But just listening to you talk to other people about their websites has been insightful.
Oh, thank you so much, Jackie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. The whole adventure and hiking and parasailing and whatnot. That's the last thing I would think has anything to do with C# net development or UVM based verification.
Yes. Agreed.
That is good though, but share expertise, share your process, because anyone that's hiring tech talent, they want to know that they're going to get a good hire. Otherwise, you might as well just go to some other, random tech place where you have jobs, right? There's lots of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially in the Bay Area.
Yes. And Silicon Valley, right? Which is one of our like target markets.
Yeah. So you're in Pleasanton. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, the catch-22 is you need stories. And even
exactly.
You're new, but the founder and you and other people, like working with the recruiter, it's all about the relationship. So you guys, you're doing more of the recruiting or less staff aug or full project?
So I'm actually the one that's on the back end. I'm doing the accounting. I'm doing the marketing on the back end. I'm doing a lot of our, like logo development, but we have 2 recruiters right now that are kind of on that end, bringing in the talent and the sources and resources for, the clients that we're slowly bringing in as well. Yeah. And it's almost like we have 2 clients, right? Like we have the person that's looking for the position, the engineer or whatever, somebody that's getting hardware, software. And then we have the client that's actually, we're going to be sending those those customers of ours to. So it's like, we want to attract 2 sorts of,
both sides, which is recruiters, right? Especially in tech niches. So for you to get the talent and for you to have the relationships with the firms that are hiring, it's got to be clear who they're talking to. So you've got these pictures which look like stock art, or maybe it's stuff that you've taken, but we want to know, like, we want to see you, Jackie, and we want to see these other people. And maybe if you
want to see us, so we do have our About Us.
Okay, yeah, but people don't go there and
they don't go there.
So all these pictures you have, like here, this guy climbing the mountain, half dome, whatever. If you could have pictures of you and these other folks, and then underneath it says, this is Jackie, and she's doing hot air ballooning or whatever it is, then it gets a sense like, oh, these are who our people are, instead of this is just none of those stock art sites. Because you're right, the biggest problem with IT services is they just show the stock art of one of every race around the conference room, and they're all celebrating, right? You've seen those pictures, and those are bogus. There's nothing to do with J2EE development.
Yeah.
But this also is irrelevant unless you're featuring your people somehow, right? You could show this is one of our founders, or this is one of our talent, and he also likes to hike, the Crater Lake or something like that, right?
Yeah, I like that. Until we can get like the more video-esque of, testimonials too, or still include it, right?
Real pictures and real video, especially when you're brand new. Otherwise, anybody could put up some random website like this. They have no idea who's actually behind it. There's no one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So one more thing is what we do here. Are these all the positions that you help fill out?
These are 4 of so we have 4 main categories right now, but there's zillions of positions within hardware. There's zillions of positions within software, right? So if you actually click on the software button, it says start exploring, and it kind of takes you down to a little bit more breakdown of what we do. And then here's below you see our posting. So I guess another question I have for you guys is, do I need to shrink so that it's 2 pages on the website instead of 5 in different categories? You know what I'm saying?
I would recommend, so create one category page within the website, and then within each category page, you create one individual page for these jobs, because right now you're embedding this from another source. Yeah. If you want to grow this, especially if you're going to be doing this within the area of San Francisco or wherever it is, location based, it does help out if you build one page per each one of the main titles, job titles in one category, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I would build a hardware page, I build a software page, I build this page. And then would I do the job posting on its own separate page, or would I only post the hardware positions on that page? And then same with
one position per, because then we can rank that page. You can rank that page a lot easier than trying to just rank an entire category for multiple keywords. Does that make sense?
Okay. So the other question I had, so we want to keep like a contact page. We want to have like basically the 4 basic pages for our what we do. And then like I would remove the About Us page and sort of include that on the main page, right? Like have a main page for there.
Main
And then
About
include
Us.
like Jackie, Jackie's
Mhm.
hiking on Mount Shasta, and this is why, that kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
And then another question I had is we actually recently started a foundation as well because we want a certain percentage of our income that we generate to go back to the community worldwide. And so we also want to include that on our website so that people know that there's a certain percentage that does go back when they invest with us or decide to choose us, and want to kind of, I don't want to say feature that, but definitely make it's important to us that they know that we do this because we want them to know and help us give back to the community. Would you recommend keeping that also like towards the back end of the website, or get rid of it completely and just make a little note on the homepage kind of thing?
Keep it there because that'll be a deciding factor, but it's not going to be the main reason people sign up. They're going to mainly sign up because they see, Rima and you and John and these other folks and their stories. And I think LinkedIn is going to be where you're going to focus.
I agree. So far, that's been like our main portal for things.
Yeah. Look at you on LinkedIn, look at your stories, see your values. You're going to do a bunch of mainly LinkedIn posts, all of you guys, maybe some articles. And from LinkedIn, that's how people will get to your website. I mean, Google ranks good. So eventually, looking for a C# developer in Mountain View, fine. Maybe eventually you'll rank on that. But I think LinkedIn is going to be for the first stage of your company. That's where you're going to get the ROI, because that's how you build connections. All the other recruiters are out there. I get hit up by 10 of these people every day. Hey, are you looking for people? And this, we have a team of, and we're the cheapest people. Like, you don't even speak English. So no, I don't think so.
Well, yeah. And then the other question I have to that is, should that be one of our like highlighted words to find, is using the LinkedIn when people are trying to look on our, like when you're doing the SEO on the background and they want you to find like 5 keywords, add LinkedIn in there. Would that be?
No, don't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what to do. Be a human. Don't spam people. That's why 99% of these IT tech recruiter will build a new website. We have every single skill on the planet. They're just disqualified because they don't know. You should take Alex Berman's course on Cold Email University and apply those principles, not just in cold email, but apply it in all the content that you produce. And that is how you generate leads in a space that's very competitive and crowded like this, like Danny was saying.
Okay.
That'll drive all the you make. That'll drive the content on your website. That'll drive the people that you reach out to. Yeah.
Okay. And we are trying to do a big social presence. So we're actually getting ready to hire someone to help us with the social media aspect of it, because we're on all the different sites. So we want to keep not only with posting positions that we have available, but just the presence constantly out there: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
I think we even just started a TikTok.
Good.
So yeah.
Do you have your new person watch our video on the Content Factory? So just do a Google search on Digital Marketer Content Factory, and you'll see the explanation of all these different tools. I want them to learn how to use Descript in combination with, Facebook, TikTok, and all that kind of stuff, because you as a professional service company need to start from the stories and the founders and your mission and how you give back and how you people in India, like you need to have that then be distributed instead of, because if you don't do that, then the risk is your social media is just going to devolve into just these little one-liner motivational quotes, which is what all the other IT companies do. And it's just garbage.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. You need to have longer form content. I hear there too. Okay. Yeah.
All right. The next is gildedfeathersstudio.com from Hardwick.
All right. Where is the website?
Here. Okay. Yep.
Can you paste it into the chat? Is it in the chat? I don't see it.
Gildedfeatherstudio.com. Also looks like a new website.
Yes, it is. I just started it.
Oh, you got all this cool jewelry. What inspires this? Like Native American?
No, it's all different. Yeah. I don't know. I just have been designing jewelry for a long time and I like jewelry. So I guess,
Okay. So
it doesn't have a specific
Okay.
inspiration other than my own personal taste.
Okay. So this is pretty cool, Hardwick. I'll say one thing and then Danny can finish this out. Anyone who's selling jewelry or art or things that are very individual, people buy because of your story.
Mhm.
So they might say, like, what is it about the teardrop chandelier earrings? Well, it was one time I was at this waterfall and I had this idea and this happened. And then it's like Mark Twain says, you know, the wine is 99% in the telling and 1% in the drinking. So
Okay.
really it's marketing. So that says nothing about like detracting from the craft and how you make it and working with gold and, you know, the design and it's, but really the reason people buy is the story where they identify with you and they identify with the other people that are wearing this jewelry in what circumstances, right? Because a lot of women, they want to know, oh, you want to wear this when you go out, or this thing's flexible. You can wear this if you're going to go work out or to a business meeting, or, you know, they want to see that with the other clothes. Oh, okay, there you go. Now you're showing the environment and the other pieces. All right, good. But you want to feature, it's harder for artists to do that. We've had, what's his name? Who's the Asian artist that he's come to the last 3 or 4 of these and I forgot his name. But now he's showing behind the scenes. So Hardwick, if you can show
Yeah.
the scenes, how you're doing this, how it's being made, then that ascribes so much more value. Because I promise you, it's not the price. It's not even the design itself. It's going to be people that identify with you.
If I were to put something like the story of inspiration, would I put that on the product page?
I'd put it as right there at the homepage or a key section.
Okay.
My inspiration. I'd repurpose that into YouTube and Facebook and the web.
Okay.
Maybe even Instagram, little stories on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull this off. My wife now, who was my girlfriend at the time, had this store long time ago before I told her, hey, you're not making any money, come and work with me. But it was Kay and Coco, but it was a jewelry, handmade jewelry, right, in Miami. She used to have vendors and suppliers. Let me see. And let me see if he's still around. No, yeah, she got rid of it. But it was all Instagram and it was all stories and sharing the process and taking pictures on, you know, when she was making the jewelry. That actually does help out in the engagement, you know. So there is a story to be told in your process, what makes this unique, and who you are behind the you know, this camera. I don't remember the name of this bag manufacturer, but she's constantly selling out of her bags, and all she's leveraging is social media, just sharing the process, going live. So I think the 1 minute video, 15-second a day video strategy, you know, heavily applies to this. You can do a lot of storytelling. It's exciting to be able to see the process, you know.
Yeah.
So, for
Let
sure.
me give you one tip, Hardwick, that I think really will work for you.
Okay.
And anyone else here where their product or service is closely tied to identity and there's a heavy visual component. So TikTok has something they call Spark ads, which is 70% of all the money that's being spent on TikTok. I had no idea it was so big. And that is, if you have a creator or you have a model or you have a friend that is wearing the jewelry, that is talking about as they're doing other things, and they make content on their Instagram or on their Facebook or on their TikTok, you can boost that post. So you can certainly do it from your gilded feathers thing, but it's going to perform differently from that artist or that personality when they're posting them showing your stuff, right? Some people say it's influencers. You can pay influencers $100 to tweet about your thing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who believe in your jewelry, who like it, who like you, who are similar to the kind of customer that you want. And if they make that post, listen to me carefully, because almost nobody knows this. It's wide open in the secret, but nobody knows the secret. If they post about your stuff, it doesn't even have to be an advertisement. It's just them sharing a moment, like a 15-second story on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. They can give you permission to boost that post without having to give access to Business Manager. So with TikTok, they literally just have to go to that post, to the settings, grab the code, and then you can run ads against that post that you made, targeting everyone who's just like that person. It's called a Spark ad on TikTok.
Okay.
And on Facebook, which includes Instagram, it's called branded content.
Okay.
It works very well. We've done that with a number of companies, like our sock company. We do partnerships with the Humane Society or other pet companies. And these pet influencers will post a picture of their pet wearing our socks with their pet's face on it. And we boost those posts, and that's how we drive sales. We have thousands of these.
So do I just have to search for someone that has like tagged me, like my
Yeah, or
hashtag on
like you
TikTok,
have-
and then
I'm
I go
sure
in
you-
and do it?
Yeah, because you're new, you've got a bunch of folks who you want to attract this group, rather than like 10,000 people knowing about you, you'd rather have 100 people who are really fervent fans.
Okay.
And those are the people that would just love to make stuff for you, right? They don't even want to be paid. They just believe in you. They love your stuff so much. And so when they talk about that, that vibe will come through. When you just pay someone to say something good or pose, that's a little fake and the vibe is not as good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. I would recommend checking out this. I don't know if you know this manufacturer, handbag manufacturer, Rad Rev Shop. Certainly check it out. Everything that Dennis you shared, but she's built what is now I would consider an empire out of what was her kitchen table. And
Okay.
all she's done is you continuously see that's the owner of the shop, the one that started it all right there, showing what she's selling. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's just a little bit of creativity. That's her shop right here. It's amazing what you can do nowadays.
I am.
Okay.
Yep. Good
All
stuff.
right. Thank you.
Awesome, Hardwick.
All right.
Okay, I think this will be the last one.
Okay.
It's also an artist, I think.
Aaron,
Aaron, yes.
Abstract
just give
oil
me a
painting.
sec.
also a new site.
Okay.
Yes, it's a brand new site. I just did a little tiny launch on Facebook over the weekend, but ultimately it's brand new.
Yeah, and it's Squarespace, I see.
It is indeed.
So you have this abstract art, but I want to hear the story behind each of these pieces.
Oh, behind each piece, not just about me. So you need to hear kind of the history of all of it. I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Is the goal that you want to sell prints, or you want?
No, I want to sell the actual paintings.
Oh, then you have to tell the story on each one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you able, because what I found was even my burn rate was really high. It was like 68%. So people aren't getting past the first page. And I'm wondering if these tabs on the top, are they not big enough? Should they be larger? Is there a reason?
Because there's nothing to click on. There's no obvious thing to click on. So they just see
So,
oil
okay,
paint.
so the tabs next to Aaron Carney Artist at the very top are not, that are saying like about portfolio 1, portfolio 2, that's not giving enough information.
Well, think about it this way. You're a little closer to it because you're the artist, but imagine that you're some random person like Danny or me, and you see portfolio 1 and portfolio 2. That doesn't mean anything. So,
Correct.
Like Danny, would you want to open door number 1 or door number 2?
That makes sense because people are not opening either door. So that's the part I'm trying to get to, is to understand why they're not seeing it.
And then you're kind of taking a random, I don't mean to like be mean or be critical.
No, it's okay.
But people come to the homepage and they see just one thing, or they scroll down. What if you had like a thumbnail gallery? Like, when you go to YouTube and it shows you all these different ones and you click on the one that you want, or you go to Amazon or Spotify or iTunes and you have all these when you click on the one that you want. So if you had a gallery for your homepage, they would click on the one that would just, and then if they clicked on that one painting, they want to hear like what your inspiration was and how you built it and what it was and when you did it, like just, the stuff you didn't see, right?
So what about if I put like the portfolios actually on which is like the little gallery, if I put that on the homepage instead of these individual pieces?
Yeah.
Would that make more sense?
Yeah. Unless you had something where there's one that was featured, or you have some news, like it was, you had an exhibition at this particular gallery somewhere,
Right, that's upcoming. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, because I literally just finished this. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more user friendly, because people aren't really understanding it.
Yeah. So just write some text explaining each of these paintings. A lot of it can be kind of similar, and then make some of your key pieces, your most important pieces, make a 1-minute video talking about it. Hold your cell phone and then point at different parts of it. And, I was thinking of this, and this is why I did it this way. And I
Okay.
use this, I'm not an artist, but I can imagine you could say something very nice about that, right?
Gotcha. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
100%. Tell the backstory, backstage, behind the scenes, what it's like. I mean, when you just finished with your painting there, grab your phone. It doesn't need to be fancy. It's got to be real. That's what it is. And you get to tell that story, one of a kind piece that is worth its value here. But I think it does take away out of the value when we can't do much here. What I would recommend is it's usually there's got to be in e-commerce, you're going to have your collections. I wouldn't call them portfolio. I would categorize them by collections. Come up with a beautiful name, that resonates with you. But there's got to be a highlight here that just tells a little bit about that story. What is, abstract oil paintings? What does that mean exactly? Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, when I switch it over to e-commerce, I would probably change that into a shop or a collection or something.
Collections.
Yeah. So someone would be able to know, okay, this is where I can go and purchase this. So yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Your art that's been featured in other galleries or maybe in certain homes. Like one of my friends won the Colorado Home of the Year a couple of years ago and has some really, the paintings are worth more than the multi-million-dollar house that they're in. But when you can show that these paintings are in nice houses or are of the kinds of customers you want, that just adds this extra level of authority, right?
Right. Yeah. I was trying to do that kind of with the initial photos on the first page, but I don't think it really reads exciting enough.
Okay. Because I love looking at these nice paintings that are inside these. I have friends who have just ridiculous looking houses, right? It's just so cool to do that, right? Because then you're like,
right. I'm like kind of these images right here that he was just going through that are sort of just single shots of single individual pieces, but you want more of the home itself or
take multiple pictures. Yeah. So you get that one up, but take ones that are further out so we get a sense of the vibe and
of the whole thing.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
In abstract art, their home is going to reflect that, right?
Right. Right. Okay. So you have more of the environment, not just the piece itself. All right.
And even your friends who have pieces like this that are unique in their home, they can talk about what it means to them. And every morning I wake up and I see the tangerine thing and the sunset too. And it makes me, that's when I do my meditation or, whatever it is they say. Right.
Right. Okay. That's great. Thank you.
Awesome. Do those, make these changes and let us know next month how it's going.
Okay.
Review again.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that because it's literally brand new. So thank you for your feedback. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming, Aaron. So glad you're here. So glad all you guys are here and so glad for Jessica and the San Francisco Small Business Development Council and the San Francisco Public Library. You guys are awesome.
Thank you again for being here. And also thank you, Danny, for being a special guest speaker today. So we will send out the recording by Friday with both of their contact info so you can do some individual follow-up if need be. And for those of you, Ian, Rosina, Terrell, Austin, Nancy, Laura, Hinson, Ken, Gabby, if you're still here, I apologize. We cannot go through your website today, but hopefully we can do it next month. So if you can just sign up for our monthly webinar for the month of May, it's already live on our website. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the day and evening. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
You're the
Bye,
boss.
guys. It's an honor, guys. Take care.